cities because we're trying to sell in an expatriate before, and I was in New York for a long time, and then I also worked in London and Hong Kong. And when I was in London and Hong Kong, I realized one thing, that the way a foreigner, the way that an expat, the way you look at a city is very different from the locals. You know, we talk about a lot of things that we like, and the local people say, you know, maybe not, maybe you don't like that, it's different. So you're talking about a totally different perspective from a visitor or from an expat or from a local person. And then I thought about my experience overseas, and I was like, okay, maybe we should listen to what people, the local expat communities and the foreigner who lives here, what do they think about this city? Obviously people like, there are things people like, and there are things definitely people dislike. And so what else can we do to better improve this place? I know that in the past, I don't believe any candidate had ever done this kind of seminar, because in Taiwan, I guess it's one thing that I feel bad is people tend to be very inward looking and inward thinking. And we try to do it a very different way. We try to use people, your advice, your wisdom, and see if we can do a better job and provide people with not only just a vision, but something that really help not just the international community here, but also our Taipei residents.
I think would be quite interesting to see is to have electric buses. And one of the things I really noticed about Taipei City is it's very polluted. Not as polluted as a city like Shanghai or Beijing, but there is quite a lot of pollution, and I'm not really sure how the architectural planning here works. But I think some of the new builds they put up are pretty interesting architecturally in terms of, if I can be sarcastic, I really feel it's kind of jelly mold architecture. It's kind of one on top of another. It's not very exciting.
First of all, electric bus is just one thing. I included not just e-bus, but also e-taxi or e-bike. That's one of our going to be one of my major policy initiatives. You know, you have many European models, like you go to Paris, they have this shared car, an electric car. But then whether that model can be actually applied here is we're still debating internally. For the architectural planning, it's actually a very good question. we do have a commission overseas that all the building, you know, issue building license, approve on architectures and urban planning, all kinds. So we actually have several different committees and commissions just for that purposes. But these people are very conservative. I think the primary goal for those people is to make sure that building is safe and will not collapse when earthquake hits. Yeah. So you look at all the buildings here, everyone looks like a matchbox. You know, it's a square. Not very exciting, and that's something that we're trying to change by probably bringing some new blood into this commission. This is actually very important for a lot of people in our community in Taipei. Everybody say, "Oh, it's so ugly. You know, the city is not pretty, and it's fun but not pretty." So please do something about it. And that's definitely one of the very important things that we will. I'm very confident we'll be able to do that.
Taiwan is. I think it's being debated right now. There's a free trade area being discussed as a pilot zone. I think that would be a very interesting thing to pilot, because for anybody that's doing trade like we are, there are regulations and taxes again which are very protectionist.
So we can actually apply. Local government can apply for a free trade zone, and I'm thinking about maybe we can use that small island in the northwest side of Taipei and apply for a free trade zone, because it's 30 minutes away from downtown and the land cost is really low, and people there really want development and job opportunity. But then obviously, because the free trade zone, the law is currently in the legislative end, and unfortunately it's being challenged by the opposition party and some of the pro-independence groups. So I don't know when it's gonna go through, but one thing I can guarantee you, once that law, if it ever get passed, there's something that we're gonna use that, we're gonna use the opportunity to really develop the city, which obviously includes setting up or apply for a free trade zone in part of Taipei. The more you enclose yourself, the less opportunity you have. And the more you open up, the more opportunity you have. This is just this sort of a vicious cycle that we're facing here. But I hope that at least in Taipei, I hope we can do a little bit something different. At the end of the day, this is a city that 2.68 million people. In daytime, we probably have more than 4 million people because there are a lot of people coming from New Taipei City. So, and we try to be different. We try to make it more international, more livable, and more lovable.